Hello, fans. I'm here once again with Alan Hinton, totally unleashed. We're here at the Sounders' practice a couple of days before their big match against San Jose. Alan, I know you had some thoughts on Jordan Morris and Chris Wondolowski.
Well, that's going to be the big comparison in this game. I mean, Chris Wondolowski scored over 100 goals for San Jose. He's played over 200 games for San Jose. He's played 30 games for the national team, scored 10 goals. He's a well-known older striker. He's 33 now. They'll both be in the squad, Jordan Morris and Wondolowski. But this is going to be a big deal on Saturday night, because to see if Wondolowski continues to score goals at CenturyLink, which he does, and to see if the heir apparent to his starting position on the national team, Jordy Morris, will continue to score on his run. He scored 3 goals in the last 3 games. Now, that's a big difference, but both of these two players are actually competitors to see who starts for the national team in the Copa America this summer, so that's a very interesting comparison. The other thing is, San Jose are coached by Dominic Kinnear, who played for me for a year. He's a terrific guy. He's as relaxed as any coach in Major League Soccer. They're doing well. The other team that's doing particularly well is Colorado. Their coach, Pastro Mastriani, I think his name is, should have been a Italian tenor. He jumps up and down on the sidelines like I've never seen anybody, and he's worth the price of a ticket. But Colorado's having a good start to the season. San Jose's doing well. Sounders hopefully are beginning to put together a run. So it's happy days here in Seattle. But the comparison will be Jordan Morris against Wondolowski.
Alan, let's switch our focus over to international competition. The Champions League, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. Are you disappointed, or is this some sort of dream matchup?
I think what's going to have to come out of this is both the first legs in the semi-finals were pretty boring games, to be honest with you, because they know, even if you go like Manchester City tied at home against Real Madrid 0-0, then they go to Real Madrid. Real Madrid's got the better horses in many ways, but they didn't produce Real Madrid, so there was a good chance for Manchester City to beat them in front of 100,000 fans at Real Madrid, but Manchester City didn't play. Yaya Toure, who's a big player, didn't do the business. De Bruyne was absolutely awful. He didn't do the business. Aguero was the same, apart from one shot late. But in the end, Real Madrid didn't do it either. Real Madrid went through on a very, very lucky cross ball from Bale that got deflected over the unlucky Joe Hart's head. Joe Hart had nothing to do in the whole game, so they've got to look at the first leg to see if they might drop this away goals counting double in the event of a tie. On the other side, you got the best coach in the world in many ways on results is Simeone, who's the Atletico Madrid coach. I noticed he pushed his assistant coach at one point, but the media turned it into the fact that he hit him. He never hit him, he just pushed him, and that was because he was rolling and making things happen. And but that was a game of 2 penalty kicks. If Müller scores, Bayern almost for certain go on and win that game. He'll never forget that penalty miss. And then later on, Torres, who was outside the box, that was not a penalty kick, but video replay would have proved that. Torres missed a penalty kick for Atletico Madrid. They've now joined my club, by the way. I missed a penalty kick in the Champions League semi-final against Juventus. They've now joined my club. Müller and Torres are now in my club, the missed penalty club, semi-finals of Champions League. But they'll never forget that. Just like I still remember mine painfully 40 years later.
Well, let's transition over now to something a little bit more uplifting, which is Leicester City doing the improbable. We talked about it several times, Alan, but I know you've got some anecdotes on your own about some of the victories you've had and how you guys celebrated.
Well, a lot of the younger media people do not remember, but 1969-70, Derby County got promoted from the second division. I was on that team. Clough and Taylor were building up a huge team. You could feel the energy immediately. We then went into the big league. We finished high up in the big league the first year. 72, we won the big league against all the big boys, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City. We won the league, but we were in Mallorca. And like everybody else, sometimes, like Leicester needed help the other day from Chelsea, who did them a favour. We were sitting in Mallorca, and Liverpool needed to win or win at Arsenal. They did not. On the Monday night, after our season was over, Wolves played at home against Leeds. Leeds needed to beat them. Wolves beat them 2-0. So we always say thanks to Derek Dugan and Richards for scoring the goals. So I know what it's like to be absent from playing when you sit at home or whatever. The interesting thing was that Jamie Vardy has such a big house. He invited all the players and the staff to his house to hopefully enjoy Chelsea beating all time with Spurs, which they eventually did. In my day, there was not one player on the staff that had a house big enough to entertain a team squad plus all the staff. So that's a difference from my day.